Alrighty.
Hey.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Damsels in Debate podcast. I am your host, Tina.
I'm your co-host, Vanessa.
Wow. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been like, 2 weeks, I think?
I think since we recorded it. It may look like because when you uploaded it, it was like only a week or something like that, but...
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, as obviously, guys, the holidays and stuff, it's been a bit hectic, but Happy New Year. I hope everybody had a good Christmas. Did you have a good Christmas?
Of course I did.
I did too. It was much too quick, though. That, the week that we lost between Thanksgiving and Christmas, I really felt it this year because it went by so fast. But yeah, I had a really good time. And good New Year's, too. Nice and relaxing. So, and actually it's good because we have a lot of movies to discuss now. Yeah. So I guess the first one, because this would be like the biggest movie between the two of us, would be Anchorman 2.
Yay.
Yeah. I don't remember what year the first one came out, but obviously we're both big fans of that movie. Now, did you like that movie the first time you saw it? Or did you have to watch it?
No,
times?
I didn't. I thought it was funny, but it wasn't like hilarious.
Right. Yeah.
It wasn't like my favorite Will Ferrell. Like it wasn't like Step Brothers or something like that. Because I didn't watch it when it first came out. Like people were like, "Oh, see Anchorman." I'm like, "Okay, fine." And,
I rented. I didn't see it in the theater.
Like, it's okay, But then, it grew on me.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the first time I saw it, I was like, "This is stupid." But the more times I saw it, the more I like it. And then when you start quoting it with everybody, it just makes it even more hilarious. So, that being said, what did you think of Anchorman 2?
Well, I thought it was funny. We actually all had a little Anchorman party in Orlando where we watched Anchorman, the first one, at home.
Oh,
and, played some drinking games and stuff, and then we went out to the theater. So we were all quite tipsy going out there.
Okay.
So I think that made it funnier.
Did you guys dress up in 70s
We
suits?
were going to. The thing is, Jana had mustaches that we were all going to wear.
Oh, really?
And we just totally, in our drunken stupor, I guess. I forgot to put them on, and I'm in the theater and I whip my head towards my sister and I'm like, we forgot to wear our mustaches.
Oh.
So, but no one else seemed to realize it, so we were all snacking on popcorn and stuff.
Well, yeah, they would have gotten in the way, I guess.
So we would have, if I had planned it more, I probably would have found a pink suit that that she had worn in the first one.
Yeah, pink power suit.
Yeah. I don't think it was as good as the original, which sequels aren't going to be, but
especially a movie like this.
Yeah. But I like. Let me see here. I like how they poked fun at the news, like today's news, show them what they want to see. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
The whole car chase and stuff like that. Oh, that's clever, because that's true. Just show people the news stories, that grab our interest.
Right. Exactly. So. And CNN and stuff. I agree. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. And I'll agree. It's obviously it's not going to be as good as the first one. That rarely happens, especially with comedies. I mean, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything. But there's you have thought of one?
I could say Ace Ventura series. Both of those movies, I can't pick one or the other that I love more.
Oh, okay.
So I love both those movies. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
All right. Well, there's one.
Dynamic duo there.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of one right now, but it's very hard, especially with comedy, especially like this, because it's it's themed, it's set in a certain time period, all that crap. And it's been a while. It's been quite a few years, I think, since the first movie came out. So yeah, but I agree. It's pretty funny. I did laugh out loud a couple times. And I think it'll be like the first one where it'll grow. I think it'll be funnier the more times I see it and stuff. So yeah, I agree with that.
I did like the one guy who he's on X-Men. What's his name? Jack Lime, but he becomes
Cyclops. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, are we gonna say spoiler alert? Because we're gonna.
Let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Spoilers for all the movies we're gonna talk about.
Anyway, Jack Lime becomes Jack Lame. It's just I cracked up.
Wait, what is he? There was a bunch of other nicknames or names that he could have said. But he was like, no, I'm going to keep it with Jack Lame. It was like Aaron Areola.
Something with anus or something like that, yeah. I just love it. I was like, okay, see you later. I'm Jack Lame.
Yeah, I'm Jack Lame.
So that made me laugh. But the main thing I put down was how crazy it was how they had the same little fight, like
The
street
news
fight
team
that they had,
rumble.
and how many celebrity cameos there were. Oh my god! Did not spoil. Luckily didn't go on IMDb or anything and see that.
No, the only ones I knew about, I knew Harrison Ford was going to be in it, and I knew that Kanye West was going to have a cameo, but those are the only two that I knew about, which I'm glad, because I wrote them down.
Yeah, I wrote them down too.
Yeah, they you got Liam Neeson, John C. Reilly as the ghost of Stonewall Jackson. And he was sucking people's souls out. And then
Jim Carrey, obviously.
Jim Carrey, I thought that they were like an Irish news team from his accent, the way he was doing it. But then when what's her name, Marion was it Cotillard? I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name. Yeah. The one from Inception.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, okay, they're Canadian. And
sorry.
Sorry. And then Sacha Baron Cohen was the British,
the snobby
BBC
British
or whatever.
guy.
They were like knighting each other or something before the battle. And then Will Smith. I had no idea.
Totally
Will Smith
surprising there.
Now, they were like a sports news team. I was laughing so hard so I didn't hear what he said.
I don't remember. Maybe
it was something like
thing,
that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you had Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. They were like the entertainment news, the sleazy stuff. But yeah, that part was great. I thought that was really funny. Then Brick had that like laser gun or whatever. And Harrison Ford, what did he turn into? Like a werewolf or something?
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to remember all of it because that was just like all this information was piled into one.
Yeah. And there was a minotaur in there.
The angel at the very beginning who like sounded the horn, that was Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I don't remember. Like I remember the angel, but I don't remember looking at her closely.
Yeah, because she's kind of far back in all the shots, and I was like, oh, is that Kirsten Dunst? That's weird. And then of course, was it the Channel 9 news team shows up?
Oh yeah, what's his face? Vince Vaughn. Yeah, that was great.
Wes Mantooth. Yeah. I was hoping he would show up.
Don't they mention his mom again or something like that? Like Dorothy Mantooth is a saint. But yeah, I did like Brick and Kristen Wiig's character.
Yeah.
Like that was really funny. She's like, it just keeps ringing. Sometimes it stops.
She has 35 ferrets.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. I thought the whole thing with the shark was a little stupid.
Yeah.
Having a pet shark. Like, I don't know,
that actually, because we saw The Late Show, and like that at one point, Holly and I both agreed that we were kind of like,
it
starting to doze off.
Yeah, it did
got a
meander a little. Yeah, I think the movie was 2 hours, so I think they could have trimmed some stuff for sure.
Yeah, that was kind of like lame.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, the best part, hands down, was the rumble that they.
Yeah. I was laughing at some parts when he, was blind for a little while there, and they're like, "Well, couldn't you just tell by touching it?"
He's like, "I tried to shave with a lobster."
I'm blind. And actually, what's funny about that is it reminded me of Talladega Nights when, like, he's like, "I am too paralyzed," and it stabs his leg.
Don't you stab yourself with that fork? So yeah, I mean, if you love the first one like we do, you will like this movie. Yeah. I had a good time watching it. I laughed, and again, it's not as good as the first, but who the hell expected it to be as good as the first? I mean, really. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
I was thinking about how at the end of the first Anchorman, how they said like, "Oh, so and so made a living working for ESPN," and and then like I think I remember them saying how both Will Ferrell and they were co-anchoring the World News or something like that. Which I think this is what this was the World News or something
like that. Right?
Yeah.
So
played into that.
What else was hilarious was Greg Kinnear, how he kept saying that he had like mind powers.
Yes.
And then he stops the like axe from hitting him.
He's like, "No, I'm just a psychiatrist or whatever." Yeah. And he's like,
with his ugly little ponytail. Yeah.
Actually, now that I rethink it really was a funny movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. The soundtrack was pretty good too, I noticed. But yeah, that was a good one. So,
and the last thing was, I can't think of his name. Paul Rudd's character.
Brian Fantana.
Yeah, how he was a kitty photographer or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's an awesome job.
Yeah, I thought of you at that part.
There's the moment.
Wait, what about when they're in the van and it flips over and there's like a scorpion? No,
Yeah.
wait. When they go to Champ's chicken place, Whammy Chicken.
Oh, yeah, with the bats and stuff.
He's like, that's the chicken of the cave.
I'm going to see that on a t-shirt somewhere. The chicken of the cave.
Yeah, ew. And he's like, what is this? Is this a tendon? And
Yeah, and he's like pulling it's like a wing.
it's so gross. It's so gross.
Chicken of the cave.
So nasty.
Yeah.
Whew. All right,
Yeah.
we gotta move on
Okay.
here. Spent
Good
like
movie,
10
yeah.
minutes on this. All right, moving on. I also saw Frozen, the Disney computer animated movie, and I went to see this mainly because that's the majority of the people I wanted to see it, and everybody I know that saw this movie said it was really good, and I'm like, really? It doesn't look all that good. Like, it just looks like a generic, computer animated, family friendly movie that makes $1 bazillion at the box office. So I went in kind of like, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I actually really liked it. It was very cute. I do think the storyline it was a little weak. They needed to beef up some parts of it, but it was good. Overall, it was good. A little bit predictable, but most of those movies are anyway. But yeah, I think you would really enjoy it. It's about sisters. That's the main
Yeah,
thing.
I was going to say, I thought I remember seeing that as a princess and then her evil sister who was a queen or something like that.
Yeah, it's along
Yeah.
those lines. Yeah, but that's the main relationship that you're looking at, and you've got Kristen Bell playing the lead younger sister, and then Idina Menzel is playing her older sister. So it's really good voice casting there, and the soundtrack is actually pretty good. Actually got it.
Yeah.
But Idina Menzel has a really good song in there, and
She was the star of Wicked, right?
yes.
Okay.
And well, she used to be married to Taye Diggs, but they separated for whatever
Ooh, Taye
reason.
Diggs.
Right? Yeah, it's a pretty couple right
Yeah.
there. But anyway, yeah, it was very cute. I enjoyed it. There was one thing I wanted to mention. It's a really pretty movie too, because it deals. I don't know where they are, but it's somewhere where it's really cold, and there's ice and stuff all over the place. And it looks really nice.
Wait, just to make sure it's a true Disney movie, does it have some type of animal, like a horse or something, that's kind of like acts like a human? A
Yes,
little bit?
yeah, it
Okay,
does,
yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and then there's a cute little snowman that you see in the commercials and stuff, and he's pretty funny. I thought they might overdo it with that character, but no, I enjoyed it. I thought it was
Does
very
he
funny.
walk around singing silver and gold?
No.
Oh, wrong snowman. Sorry.
Oh, wrong one. Yeah. Right, great. Now I'm gonna have that stuck
Yeah,
in my
I
head. But yeah, it was good. I liked it, and I think
Okay.
if you don't have to go see it in the theater, but if you do, you'll like it. And I would definitely say get
definitely
it from
will see it.
Redbox.
Yeah.
Then yeah, if you don't see it in the theater. But yeah, it was really cute. I enjoyed it.
Good.
So yeah, I'll go along with everybody else. And if you do see it, actually, I forgot to say this about Anchorman too. But if you do see it, there's a little scene after the credits too.
Does
so make sure you
Anchorman 2
stay.
have that? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna yell at my sister because I told her, let's wait. Like, no, let's go. And we waited till halfway through the credits. Like, oh, these are too long. We end up leaving.
Oh, I mean, it's not really.
Well, what is it? Just tell me.
It's okay when they're all at the table doing their figuring out what they're going to talk about. They all get up and leave, and Brick goes under the table and he finds a chocolate chip cookie, and he starts eating it. But he's eating it with his mouth open, so all these crumbs keep falling out. And then he looks over and he notices the camera, so he looks at the camera and he's smiling while he's eating this cookie, and it's just crumbs are falling. He just looks
it's
really
just a
weird.
Brick moment.
Yeah. It's not anything important. Same thing with Frozen. It's not super important to the story or anything, but it's just cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, Frozen was good. And the last movie that I saw in the movie theater was the Hobbit 2 or the Hobbit,
really?
I don't know, whatever. The Desolation
You
of
sat through that, huh?
Smaug. Yeah.
Smeagol, Smaug.
Well, I've been saying Smaug, but watching the movie, they're all Smaug, or they say
really?
it differently. And I'm like, whoops, I've been saying that wrong. But whatever, it's the one with the dragon.
Oh, okay. Benedict
So-
Cumberbatch dragon.
Yes, the
Yeah.
con dragon, yeah. And yeah, this movie was long, but I definitely liked this a lot more than the first one.
Okay.
Did you see the first one?
No.
Ugh.
You told me you fell asleip in
did.
the theater, so it
Well, I
kind of
didn't see it
makes
in the
me
theater,
not want
but
to see it.
I did fall asleep watching it.
Oh, okay.
And yeah.
So that kind of turned me away from watching it. When
Yeah.
you say you fell asleep, I'm like, oh well.
Because it's all filler. It's all filler. And this movie has already got problems because there's 18 dwarves and they all kind of look alike. So I don't know any of their names.
What, Doc, Happy, Sneezy?
Yeah, Bashful. Yeah. Yeah, it's like that. There's one that's got white hair, one that's kind of attractive, one's got orange hair, and I don't know the rest. So
An
it's kind
attractive
of
dwarf, huh?
Yeah, surprisingly, yeah. It's weird. But yeah, so this one was definitely better than the first one. I do feel like there's still a lot of filler in this movie. I read The Hobbit like a real long time ago. I don't really even remember it, but I remember reading it. And it's like a regular sized book. It's not like some gigantic novel. So it kind of annoys me that they're making 3 long ass movies from this one book. And then each Lord of the Rings book is very long, and they're all in one movie. You know, each book is a different movie. So I don't know. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, there's a good amount of filler in here. Legolas is in this. He's not in The Hobbit. So yeah, he's in there.
Well, he's a fan favorite. He's got to be in there.
Well, and then there's a completely made up character now. This elf girl, played by Kate from, I forget her real name, but Kate from Lost, and she's not in there at all. But the movie is like a freaking sausage fest. So they had to throw in a woman because it's. Yeah. And she's cool and stuff, but I don't know, whatever.
You know, I have a funny memory of the Lord of the Rings when I first saw it, because I was like 12, I think, when I saw the first Lord of the Rings. I saw it with my best friend in like middle school, and I remember how we both like, ooh, this guy, Orlando Bloom, Legolas is hot. So I remember there's this scene where they're in the cave and they're all fighting, and you seriously think that Legolas is going to get killed like 5 different times. We were going, no, and we developed this nickname for him called Yum Yum, because he was so,
he didn't know his name,
Yum
right?
Yum,
Yeah.
no. I'll have to message her and be like, hey, do you remember saying no, Yum Yum?
Yum, yum. Yeah, I remember seeing the first movie because I didn't know the storylines at all, and I could not remember any character names. And I was like, oh, that blonde guy is oddly attractive. He's very feminine looking, and he's blonde, so it's not really my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But he's kind of cool. But I was always more into Aragorn. So
Yeah.
But anyway,
A strong chin.
oh, he's really attractive in those movies with his bright eye. All right,
Anyway.
Yes. So, yes, there was a lot of filler, but it's definitely better than the first movie. It actually makes me want to see the next one, the third movie. It ends on a major cliffhanger, just so if you go see it, because like everybody in the audience was really peeved about the ending, because it's really like a cliffhanger. And I was like, what the hell did everybody think? The third movie's coming out at the end of this year, so it's obvious, like
they're still just like, oh man, I knew it was gonna end, but it was, yeah,
because I was like, it's got to be wrapping up soon, and they were ramping up for something to happen. I'm like, it's gonna end right before that happens, and that's what it does. But yeah, it actually made me interested to see, excited to see the next movie. There were 2 scenes I thought that were really just well done. There's a scene where there's a bunch of spiders, big spiders in the forest. Ugh, it was pretty creepy, yeah, because they look really good. And then there's also this part where they escape the elf city or whatever in these barrels, and they're going down the the river in these barrels, basically. But those were done really well. I really enjoyed those scenes.
So visually, it was a beautiful movie.
Yeah, it's really pretty. There's a lot of CGI, which I feel like there's a lot more CGI in this than there were in the Lord of the Rings movies. Like all the orcs seem like they're mostly CGI, which they weren't, in the older movies. Well, you could tell they had like makeup on and stuff. And me personally, if you can do it with makeup or prosthetics or whatever, you should always do it that way. But it still looked great and stuff. The dragon, of course, looked really awesome. And, he talks because he's got your dude's voice. But yeah, he was pretty cool looking.
Well,
and stuff.
they warp his voice, don't they? Like,
yeah.
Don't they make it deeper what it is? But you can still tell it's him.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it's him, from the way he speaks and stuff. But yeah, the dragon was pretty awesome. That was the only reason I wanted to see the movie. I'm like, I just got to see the dragon.
Well, do I have to see the first movie in order to see this one?
Honestly, I don't remember the first movie.
Yeah.
There's like a couple little things, but I couldn't actually tell you how the movie ended. I have no idea.
But you can follow this movie?
Yeah. Because they're on this quest to take back the place in the mountain where the dragon is now. And that's basically what it is. And Bilbo is with them, and he comes into possession of the ring in the first movie. There you go. You're all set.
Okay. What made
So,
them
yeah.
decide to go take their land back from this dragon? They just
Don't
decided they
remember.
wanted.
No,
Like, you know what?
No.
I'm sick of this dragon.
I am sick and tired. No, I don't remember.
My way. My
Yeah.
way. Have you seen that commercial?
Yes.
do this my way.
Yeah. Oh my God. But yeah, I can't really tell you. I don't know. But I enjoyed the movie fine.
Okay.
So you'd be good to go.
Okay.
But yeah, those were the new movies that we checked out.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we did actually get to we had some Redbox coupons and stuff.
Yeah.
So, what's one of the movies you rented?
I rented The Lone Ranger.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So now this movie, oh boy, this is one of the summer movies.
Yeah.
So
One of the summer flop movies.
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah,
Because
apparently.
apparently they spent like $400 million to make it and only made like $100 million or something like that.
Oh,
Like
really?
totally did not meet their
yeah,
budget.
I feel like they could have trimmed that. Like, there's no reason that budget was that
Yeah.
big for a movie shot in the desert. But anyway, I didn't see this one. So what did you think?
It was way too long. Is the main thing.
Yeah.
Like the storyline, they had to trim some stuff out of there. I understand. Like it basically like he is this fancy schmancy lawyer, and then he goes to help his brother. His brother's a sheriff. His brother gets killed by this. Actually, there's a lot of like side stories and backstories. So it was kind of hard to follow at some point.
So there's too much going on?
Yeah, I think there's too much going on. And then they show like how Tonto became Tonto. That was kind of cool. And then it shows that it does relate to the story.
Okay.
So it really could have been really good. It just, I don't know.
So
I don't know what
it's
to
the
recommend.
storyline you'd say was the biggest problem, or was it the time, or what would you say was the biggest problem?
The storyline, because when I'm thinking about it, like it could have been good. It just, I don't know, something it just didn't work for
Needs
some
to be
reason. Like the
polished
story,
more?
yeah,
Yeah.
it could have worked. I don't know. I mean, I guess the main thing that bugged me was the special effects. Like they spent all
Really?
this money, but like a lot of stuff is just not believable. I mean, I understand the horse Silver that he names at the end. It just. It's a special horse and stuff, but there's some stuff that the horse does, jumping and then jumping from a train onto here. Like, no horse could do that. I mean, but what they did is they really pushed the boundary of us believing, because, you know, you had that thought in your head, it's just a movie, go with it. But
Yeah.
they relied on that way too much. It's a movie, just go with it.
And nobody has any special powers or anything, right?
No.
They're all humans,
No.
regular humans.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're all humans. Yeah, other than the horse. That's why it's like, well, maybe I'll let the horse thing go.
Mm-hmm.
But they do all these jumps and grabbing, like the chain gets grabbed and they get swung around and they fall off the train and they're
Mm-hmm.
totally fine. I mean, there's some bruises and cuts on the faces, but like they're still walking. And then there's this one scene with Tonto that they have a train. He's on a train that's on like a bridge, and then there's another train full of silver that's on the ground below the bridge, and the bridge is
Right.
up high, so it's like 10 stories or something like that.
Right, yeah.
Okay, maybe not 10 stories, maybe like 6 stories, something like that. But anyway, he jumps because they're like, oh, don't let the silver get away. He jumps from that train to the silver, lands in this pile of silver, and like scrambles on there, and he's fine.
Which
like,
we know silver is completely soft.
silver is, yeah. Silver is just like sand, you know. I don't know.
yeah, it's like
Like he
landing
would
on
have broken
pillows.
his legs or an ankle or something. So I was mad about that. And then I was actually watching this with Rob, and he was mad because he and his dad, they kind of know guns and stuff. And it's like back in the West, you know, that time period, they had 6-shooters, and this
Right.
guy had 2 6-shooters, and she's shooting at Armie Hammer's character, you know, through the train, bam, 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 but like just, you know, endless bullets. And Rob's like,
Never
"Those are
reloading."
6-shooters. He'd
Yeah.
be yelling, and they're not showing them reloading. So obviously, like, yeah, so he was getting mad. Just
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So they, if anything, they need to just work on the believability. If that's a word,
Believability, yeah.
of the movie.
How was Armie Hammer? Because he's kind of like, isn't he? I mean, he's the lead, right?
He was good for comedy wise. Well, in both him and Johnny Depp too. Like they had some funny lines together. Like I actually posted a little clip on. I don't think I posted on our page. I posted on my page, but it's because basically that's the other thing is that the beginning starts with this kid in present time, like 1930s or something like that, going in to look at this Old West display, and he's looking at this Indian, and all of a sudden the Indian comes alive, and it's an older version of Johnny Depp's character.
Oh, really?
And he's telling him the story, so he's like kind of narrating the story a little bit.
Okay.
But there's a scene where like they're in the past, they're in Indian territory. All of a sudden, the kid interrupts the flow of the movie and says, like, but wait, I thought you said you were in Indian territory. And he's like, oh, yes, that's right. And you hear this whistling sound, and it goes back to the past. And this arrow comes and hits Armie Hammer in the shoulder. He goes, wah! Like this womanly scream, and just falls over. And Johnny Depp's just staring at him like, what the hell? Like that like made me laugh out loud. But, yeah, I mean, the acting was okay, you know.
See, like, okay, like, I think Armie Hammer, like, he's attractive looking and he's super tall and he's got that cool voice and stuff. He was actually one of the people in Tina's casting choices, you know. He was somebody I could have seen possibly playing Finnick in the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
So, because he's got that look and stuff. But, whatever. But when I saw commercials for this movie, I was like, okay, I'm well aware this is a Disney movie, and I feel like they're really pushing, look out, it's Johnny Depp with a bird on his head, acting all kooky again. Look at all the shenanigans he's going to get into. Yeah. If you like Jack Sparrow, check out Tonto.
Yeah.
So that's the vibe I got from the commercials.
I think it had too much hype. It didn't build up to its hype. I actually really loved Helena Bonham Carter. She plays like this.
I didn't know she was in there.
This horror in there or something that has a.
Wait, she plays a what?
A whore.
Oh. I thought you said a horror, and I'm like, well, I don't know what you're talking about.
A horror, like from Star Trek or whatever.
Yeah. I'm like, whoa, what?
She plays a whore. There we go. That
a lady of the night.
Yeah, they got her leg taken from like one of the main bad guys, something like that. But she has this ivory leg that replaced it, that has a rifle built into it.
Oh God!
And so like when someone is in, because she runs the whole bar, like the brothel, or whatever, and someone is like trying to mess with this whore that said no or something like that, and she like puts her leg up, she's like, "Hey y'all," you know, and then like bam, and it's just like, oh, that's awesome. And then I couldn't get past. I looked her up. Her name is Ruth Wilson from Luther. She's a creepy girl that has her upper lip is a little bigger.
Whatever. Yeah.
Like I couldn't get past. Like that's that creepy girl from Luther. A couple episodes I watched.
That's right.
Like,
yeah.
No. She
So
plays
is she a
like
good
the lady.
character?
Yeah, she plays like Armie Hammer's Lady Love.
Oh, so that makes it even worse.
Yeah, so
she is a little bit of a creeper. In
yeah,
Luther.
so I just couldn't like. Oh no, she's kind of creepy. And then maybe somebody can explain this to me, but there's a scene where they're out and they're in Indian territory and they're like eating a rabbit or something like that, and you see all these other rabbits coming up. I'm like, oh, look at the cute little bunnies. And then Johnny Depp like throws them like a rabbit leg and they like become carnivores and like and they become evil rabbits. I'm like, is that, you know, to symbolize, because basically one of the bad guys is a cannibal.
Oh.
So I don't know if that, like, is that just referencing what happens when you're out here in the desert?
Maybe.
I don't know. I was like, what's up with the evil rabbits?
That's weird.
Yeah, I didn't get that reference. So maybe like it was explained. I didn't catch it. But
I don't know.
But yeah, it could have been. I mean, and I'm not good. You know, I'm not a movie director or producer or anything like that. So I don't know what they could have done to make it better. But I just
it feels like they needed to trim a lot.
Yeah, like needed to trim it because it was way too long. We were like, is this movie not over yet? And the believability stuff, they could have fixed that. But like the plot, it could have been good. It was like it had some good twists and stuff. Like he's my brother. Like you know, and just stuff like that. But like I don't know what they could have done differently.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a bad movie. It just like, it could have been so much better. I was kind of just disappointed.
Wow, yeah. I've got a whole string of disappointments coming up.
Yeah,
here, so.
We both watched a couple of these movies coming up, yeah.
All right, well, moving on from that, we're the Millers. You saw this, right?
Yep.
So, this movie I thought was funny. It wasn't hilarious though. I was kind of hoping it would be fun. Like it's an interesting setup, I think. You know, for a comedy and stuff. But I could really take or leave this movie. Again, it might be something where if I see it again, I might like it more. Like I saw Horrible Bosses, and I was like, whatever, that was all right. But then it would be on TV, and I would watch parts of it, and like now I really like that movie. So this might be the same kind of thing. I don't know. But just my first opinion, I was just like, it was funny, but what about you?
Yeah.
What did you think?
Yeah, I actually got like distracted while watching this because I was doing other things. But the main thing was that I got from it is that they showed everything in the trailer.
They really did, yeah.
Yeah, like the whole striptease thing, and then like the thing with
that
the
striptease was so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like I hated that they had
thing
that
with
in
the spider bite that was in the trailer. So like all the funny stuff was
it was
in the trailer.
yeah.
So like they should have done that. But
Yep.
yeah, like it's funny. It's because my sister was looking for a movie to rent. My older sister, and she's like, I just need something, just relax to. I was like, well, you can see We're the Millers. It's funny. It's not like the best movie, but I totally see it. And I asked her, like, what you think about that movie? She's like, it was okay. It's not something I'm going to buy, but it was good for just a good laugh. She's like, it was definitely a bellyache laugh movie at some points. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, they definitely showed everything in the trailers. I thought that kid Scotty P, the idiot that Emma Roberts runs off with long hair. I thought he was pretty funny, actually. The no regrets. His tattoo on his chest. Oh boy.
Like, no, I'm saying, yeah.
No, I'm saying,
yeah.
Yeah. And then I thought Catherine Hahn, she is in a lot of movies and she always plays a supporting character. She's never the lead, but I think she's very funny, and she was pretty funny in this. I do think her and Nick Offerman, the other couple, were over the top in some scenes. But I think she's always funny. Yeah, she cracks me up.
Yeah, because she was in Step Brothers.
She was in the first Anchorman.
Yeah.
She's in a lot of movies.
Yeah. She was in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, too.
Yep. Yeah. She was in that other one. I can't think of it, but she's in a lot of movies. And she's always very funny. So, yeah. All right. Glad I didn't pay money for it, like we usually say.
It was totally predictable, though, when they were teaching the guy how to kiss or whatever. Like, okay, somebody's going to see them through that window or something. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So,
all right, well, moving on. What's the other movie we both rented?
And wasted $1 on? R.I.P.D.
Yeah. So,
Ryan Reynolds and
Jeff Bridges, I like both of them.
Yeah.
Men in Black much?
Yeah, that's what's funny. I said the idea was there, but it's too similar to Men in Black.
It was really similar to Men in Black, and I the idea is kind of it's okay. I can work with that, but just yeah. And did you have trouble understanding Jeff Bridges sometimes?
Look at my notes. Could barely understand Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, I sometimes I was like, wait, what?
What does he say?
Yeah. So yeah, they maybe should have toned him down just a little bit. I think this is a movie where there was stuff there.
Just like
but it was
Lone
not.
Ranger, yeah.
It needed
and they
another.
They had the cast and everything.
Yeah, they needed to go over.
I
this
didn't
movie.
know Kevin Bacon was in this movie.
Which as soon as he showed up, I was like, he's gonna kill.
He's the bad guy. Yeah. Did you look at my notes? Seriously, because I'm sitting there like, getting to a point, if I see him, I'm like, oh, he's the bad guy.
Right,
if I see him in any movie.
We're not debating here at all.
I know. Well, I'm debating the fact that you have the same notes as me. Okay, do you have Mary Louise Parker was enjoyable?
No, I actually didn't write anything down about her. But and I also like to point out that we watched this movie separately.
Yeah, we definitely watched it separately.
So yeah, there was some good ideas, but it didn't flow well, and it was kind of all over the place, I thought.
I mean, I posted there were some funny lines like between the two of them. Like I posted about how the guy come up. I do music videos. Is like, you need to respect me. I'm a woman, and it's it's Jeff Bridges saying like, I'm a woman. I'm not put on this earth for you to look at.
Yeah, exactly. The effects I thought were kind of garbage.
Yeah, they were awful. Him falling after being, spoiler, being killed by Kevin Bacon and falling, I was like, oh, that looked awful.
That, and then I thought all the bad demons were really fat and really gross looking, and they look like something out of Van Helsing. And how many years ago did Van Helsing come out?
I'm one of those weird people that actually liked Van Helsing.
I really wanted to. I can't tell you how souped I was for that movie to come out. And that's another one where they had everything, but the story was really fumbled, I thought.
I still liked it.
I was like, what? The whole movie I was doing that. But I still kind of enjoyed it. And I really liked the werewolves, how they did the werewolves in that movie. To me, that's what a werewolf should look like.
Yeah.
But regardless, that movie came out a long time ago, and these effects look straight out of that movie. So
that was another summer flop too, I think.
Yes, it was. Yeah, I think the Razzie nominations have come out. I think both of those movies are on there. So yeah, man, I was totally striking out on the movies I rented these last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The other one I got, which this one I guess I'm in the minority, but the other one I got was The World's End, which is the third in the Simon Pegg and Nick Frost movies. Have you seen Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz? I saw Shaun of the Dead once, and I'm the only person that didn't like it, so I feel like I should watch it again. And I haven't seen Hot Fuzz. It looked funny, but I just haven't seen it.
That's like a spoof of a zombie movie, right?
Yeah. And this one is about a bunch of friends who get together after years of not seeing each other, not staying in contact, and they get together and they're doing this pub crawl, basically. And it ends at this one place called the World's End.
Okay.
So that's like the setup for it. And you don't care if I spoil this, really,
No.
right? So this is a movie where it actually really paid that I didn't see any trailers, because I think the trailer started coming when I'd stopped watching them. Because I was like 30 minutes in or something. I was like, this isn't funny. Like, I'm not laughing. And I know it's a British movie and their humor is different for sure. There's British stuff that I find very funny, but I'll forgive it because, again, there's a cultural thing there. So whatever. But yeah, I was like, this isn't funny. I'm not laughing at all. And there's something that happens and it totally changes the genre. Like, because it's just kind of like a comedy with all these friends and growing old and all that kind of crap. So but then what it turns out is there's like these aliens that are running around and they got these, like, I don't know if they're robots or what, but they're like assimilating people and stuff. Like they're like replicas of people. Because he's in the bathroom and he starts messing with this kid and they're going to fight. So they start like punching each other and stuff. And he accidentally rips the kid's head off. And it's like, there's like this blue blood and all these like wires and stuff that come out. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, I did not see that coming. It's completely out of the blue. So then the rest of the movie, I mean, it's still like, they're still going for the comedy and stuff, but it's now it's totally different because they're trying to get away from these people. But even still, like, that didn't help me. Like, I still didn't really find the movie funny, and like I didn't really care about any of the characters. The one character, you find out he's one of these aliens or whatever. I was like, oh, I already kind of knew that was going to happen because he was weird. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't really like this movie at all.
I didn't like any of that.
Yeah. I was sitting there. I was like, wow, well, this was a complete waste. Because I rented all three of these at once. And yeah, I would just, goodness. Yeah. So, but yeah, most people, like, I listen to the podcast and they talk about their best movies of the year and all that crap. And this is on a lot of lists. And a lot of people really like it that I see, like, online and stuff. But, and some friends that I know that have seen it really liked it. So I am in the minority here. I don't know what it is, but for me personally, I did not dig it at all. It was a chore to sit through. Oh. Very glad I didn't go to the movies to see it. But yeah. Now, those are our rented movies. So now, did you have something, or did you already go over it? I can't remember. That was from your queue. Did you have a movie from your queue?
Yes, I saw. Okay. Well, I always do this. I say I'm going to watch this, and I end up watching something else.
Yeah,
but I was supposed to watch The Family Stone, but I ended up watching District 9.
Right.
Instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you think of District 9?
District 9, that was the one movie I liked this week.
Well, there you
go. I did love this movie.
Okay.
And I was pretty much entertained throughout it. Like, I didn't think it was too long or anything like that. I really liked the take that the aliens are the good guys and then that we're the ones that hurt them, because it's totally realistic. Like, I can see us doing that.
I can. I do feel like I don't know. I think it would take a really long time for them to be, like, considered, like, the living in the dregs and stuff. I feel like with the way especially like this country being so obsessed with stuff and like social networking, and like they would be like famous for a lot longer, I think. Yeah. But yeah, no, besides that, whatever, that's not really that big a deal.
Yeah, it reminded me, like, it was interesting. It was like, oh, is this like a social commentary on our history with racism and stuff? Because it reminded me of the whole, like, the separate water fountains and the separate bathrooms and stuff, because they showed the signs like, no, you must go this way, like, you can't socialize
no
with
prawns
humans
or something. Yeah,
prawns,
exactly.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of interesting, like, oh, but they're nice people, why you gotta treat them like they're a low substandard species,
right? Yeah, exactly. So much you could learn from them.
I'm trying to think if anything was predictable. I don't really think anything was predictable. Like, I remember I think it was Rod that was saying, like, because when we watched Elysium, it's like, oh, he plays the bad guy in District 9. So I'm like, oh, this guy's the bad guy? I'm like, oh, but then I did kind of guess, like, oh, he's probably going to turn to the side of the aliens because he's kind of turning into an alien, you know? So I guess that would happen. But I like how everything developed, and it was kind of funny how they like the cat food.
Yeah.
I would love to see a sequel.
Yeah.
Definitely love to see a sequel. I actually looked it up, and Neil Blomkamp? I don't know how
the director,
the director, yes. He's written like a treatment for District 10, but they're not going to make it anytime soon because he has a bunch of movies that take place, and he's not into doing sequels. We did say if he did one, it would be for District 9.
That makes sense. Yeah. See, I would rather skip Elysium and do a District.
No, I really did like this movie. It was interesting.
So you see what I mean though about how, because that was his big movie, like they got him, on the map or whatever, and so then when they started doing stuff, ramping up, advertising for Elysium, it's like, oh, it's that guy, it's the District 9 guy. And then you watch Elysium and you're kind of like, well.
I think the only thing I was confused about was like maybe they just skip by this, but like how they could all understand each other. Like, he's speaking alien, he can understand him perfectly, and he's speaking, English, and he can understand him.
I haven't seen this movie in a very long time, so I can't say if there's some scene that explains that or anything. But it's, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think Rob was confused about how, like, what had happened at the ship there. They just run out of fuel or something, and they were all just stuck on the ship or something, and then they had to make the fuel to go back up there to go home. Like, I think that's what happened is they just ran out of fuel and just kind of landed.
Okay.
In Africa, wherever they were.
Yeah.
But, because they said, we drilled a hole. They opened, like, a portal, went in there, and they were all, like, dying and starving and stuff. So, like, I guess they ran out of fuels, thing you think of. But, like, if you're, like, a smart, alien race, how would you just run out of fuel? That doesn't make kind of sense how they got there in the first place.
Yeah, I gotta watch that again. I haven't seen it in so long.
Like, maybe I just missed it at the beginning because it's kind of like a documentary at the beginning of the movie. Saying like how this happened and stuff like that, and then it gradually goes to just you're watching the movie. So that was kind of interesting too. How they go the different types of movies there.
I thought the effects were really good too. Because everything looked pretty seamless and stuff. So yeah, that's definitely a good movie. Now you made me want to watch it again.
And the alien guns and stuff, those are really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the one movie I did like.
Good. I'm glad you got
other
one.
than Anchorman 2, I did.
Right? Yeah. Out of the movies we watched in our houses, I did watch. Actually, yesterday I watched Despicable Me 2. You've seen the first one, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I actually really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was pretty cute. It's not as good as the first, but I thought I liked it. It was cute. Gru, I think, like, just cracks me up with his skinny legs and his long nose and stuff. I don't know why, but the character just really cracks me up. Steve Carell, does his voice and everything, and he's always hilarious. And Kristen Wiig actually is in this movie. She plays, I forget her name, but it's a woman he has to work with. Okay. And of course, they end up, having a romantic relationship and stuff. But yeah, it's really cute. I liked it.
Is she the one that like kidnaps him at the beginning or something?
Yeah,
okay, I've never seen that in the trailer.
That's exactly who it is. But yeah, I would say if you like the first one, you should check it out because you'll like it.
Okay.
It was cute. And then the movie from my queue that I watched was Our Idiot Brother. This movie, I thought it was, I don't remember actually ever seeing a trailer for this, but I had heard about it. And the thing that made me want to see it, because I figured it was a comedy from the cast. Like, the cast is really good. You got Paul Rudd, Zooey Deschanel, Rashida Jones, Steve Coogan, Emily Mortimer, Katherine Hahn. There's like a lot of good people in it. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, well, that's going to be a comedy and it'll be hilarious. So I watched it, and I wouldn't say it's a full-blown comedy. There are definitely drama elements thrown in there. But I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was very cute. I think you would probably like it also. It's on Netflix, so you can watch it on there. That's how I watched it. But yeah, it was I guess like a feel-good movie, kind of. But yeah, it's really cute. Paul Rudd was very appealing in the movie.
I love Paul Rudd.
Yeah, who doesn't? Yeah, he's just the cutest thing. I adore him.
I was just thinking how I recently watched Dinner for Schmucks, and I didn't really care for that movie.
Yeah,
Paul Rudd was in. I didn't like it too much.
I didn't either. So. I agree. I did watch that, and I didn't. No.
I think that's the only Paul Rudd movie that was just like wah wah.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, we watched a lot of shit here. A lot of it was shit. But yeah,
a lot of wasted hours on some movies here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we both mainly because of the break and stuff, but nothing really with TV. I know that Parenthood came back this week, so I got to watch that, and I also started The Office because kind of late to the game there, but
yeah, that looks
that's on
hilarious.
Netflix.
Like, I need to get into
it. Is
that
pretty
too.
funny. Steve Carell he's really funny on
brilliant.
there. Yeah, he's hilarious. And so yeah, I've been watching that, and it's funny because I watch Parks and Recreation, which is Amy Poehler's TV show, and that's very funny. But the style is very similar, so I can see where they pick that stuff up from. And also, I really like Mindy Kaling. She does the Mindy Project. She was a writer, and she had a small role, but she's a writer primarily on The Office. So that's another reason why I wanted to watch the show.
I balked at the price.
yeah. I think she's hilarious. So, but that's really it for me for TV.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch any TV.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I know it's awful. Like, one does not just simply stop watching Sons, but I just, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, it makes sense why. It's the holidays. All bets are off on the holidays for stuff. Like, I didn't plan on watching all of these movies. So, but it's, you just got to go with what the crowd's doing.
And I don't know anyone else besides you that are into watching Sons. So, like, I'd have to find time by myself to watch it alone. So,
yeah,
like,
right. Yeah, exactly.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah. It's a good show. Yeah. But so what did you want to watch for next week?
I was going to watch Steel Magnolias.
Yeah, I love Steel Magnolias.
Told me I'm probably going to cry. I don't know, depending.
You might. I don't know.
And then something on the other side, I'm going to watch the first, National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yay, yeah.
So I've seen European Vacation. I've seen Christmas Vacation now. So
yeah, it's I love that movie. Those are both. I really like both of those movies. So I'm glad you're watching those.
All right.
Yeah, like you said, they're totally different types of movies, but they're still good. I think both were made in the 80s. But yeah, I'm going to watch Monsters University because I love Monsters Inc. I've been meaning to watch that. And another one I've been meaning to watch forever is End of Watch. That's been on Netflix, and I'm like, I really need to watch this movie, so I'm just going to watch it. The reason why we're picking two movies is because in addition to being very, very busy at work the next week. So we've got like overtime and all that crap going on. But also this coming weekend is my birthday. Yay. So I'm going to be,
happy birthday from all of us to you. Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know if we're going to have time. I would say more than likely we're not going to have time this week to do the podcast. So sorry we came back and then again, we have to take another break. But believe me, it's not that because we want to, it's just timing. We don't have any time. See, if we didn't have to sleep, we'd get everything done. Or if I only had to sleep for like an hour.
I need my beauty rest.
Yes, I do. I definitely do. So that's why we're picking two movies. And not anything really that I'm looking forward to in the theater. I still want to see Wolf of Wall Street, but I don't know. Not a whole lot that I'm interested in. And I know next Sunday are the Golden Globes. So just be interesting to see who wins. I probably won't watch them just because, I don't know. I just don't watch award shows, but I always like to see who wins, the day after and stuff.
See if they trip and fall like Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah. Well, it's Amy Poehler and Tina Fey again. So that's pretty awesome because they're great together.
They're great hosts, yeah.
Yeah. And so now, since it's 2014, our holiday season has ended. So that means we're going to be having our Double D Awards again. Yeah, that'll be coming up in the next couple weeks also. Again, we won't have it next week, but we will be checking through and we'll give you a list. Same thing like we did last time of the movies we did see this last season. And so, yeah, got some stuff on the horizon here.
Did I tell you I went to Movie Stop? I've already put in a pre-order for Catching Fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They already offered. I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and put. So you just put $5 down to hold it, and then you get the Blu-ray combo. It's normally like $29.99. You get it for like $17 or something like that. Yeah,
that's good. I need to get back over to Movie Stop. I haven't been there in a while, and I got one or two movies I want to trade in anyway. But yeah, okay, cool. So yeah. I think that's pretty much everything, right?
Yeah.
Not really any movie news.
I don't have any Loki news either, so.
Yeah. I'm trying to... I feel like somebody died, and I can't think of who it is.
James Avery.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Uncle Phil. Yeah. That is very sad. It's very sad to hear that.
Yeah, well, he was only he was in the 60s, and he was having heart surgery, but he died of complications from the heart surgeries. I'm like, oh, it's just sad when, something intervened and he would have, I guess he had to have the heart surgery, would have died anyway, but still, it's just.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Very sad to hear that. But yeah, so yeah, thank you for telling me because that would have bugged me.
I'm on top of that, Rose.
Good movie.
Oh, yes.
Anyway. All right. Well, yeah, that's pretty much everything for this week then. So, again, hope everybody had a great holiday. My holiday season continues till next weekend.
Yeah, your birthday,
that's the last hurrah. Then we go into the dregs of winter. Then what? I guess St. Patrick's Day is like the next holiday, right? And that's a while from now.
Yeah. And then the next holiday would be my wedding.
Oh, yeah, in April. Yeah.
In April, yes.
Is your wedding before or after Easter? Isn't Easter usually in April?
I think Easter's at the end of April this year. Mine's
okay.
at my wedding's at the beginning of
Easter
April.
is one of those holidays
It's like
that always
the 31st
changes,
or something
right?
like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So, where mine's at the beginning. So, yeah, I think because when we picked that, I was like, well, I don't want to be near, Rod's birthday, but I also don't want to be near Easter. So,
yeah, stay away from Easter.
So,
cool. Yeah, got lots of good stuff on the horizon. And then, of course, we have Dragon Con and, really shooting down the line here. But but now that's going to be so epic.
Once we get close to that, we can discuss our costume ideas again.
Oh, yeah, definitely. For sure.
I still think Karen and Rosario are the best ones.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many to choose from. All right. Well, in conclusion, if you guys want to send us any emails with anything except for spam, you can send us an email at damselsindebate@gmail.com. You can subscribe to us and rate and review us on iTunes and on Stitcher. We have our 10 most recent episodes are on both of those. And if you want to listen to any episodes, because we've been doing this for almost a year now.
Really?
Well, I think we have to go till like April or something.
I was gonna say, geez.
But it still goes close. It's longer than 6 months. But yeah, all our episodes are on our website and you can stream them from there. And you can also comment on them and all that crap. It's damselsindebate.com. And you can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. A couple of people have been sending us or posting trailers for different movies on our Facebook page, which is cool because a lot of the ones that people post, I haven't seen or I've never even heard of the movie. So we appreciate that a lot.
Definitely.
Yeah, very, very, very nice of you guys. Thank you. But yeah, that's it, right?
That's it.
All righty. Until next time.
A couple weeks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We'll be back. Don't worry. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.